What is going on, online fitness coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives, Make Money on the Internet podcast. It's your boy, B Mark. And in today's episode, I've got my client from the $1 Million Mastermind. This guy's went from, I think it was 1,000 followers to 175,000. He might correct me in a second. And last month, he made $52.3 thousand as an online coach. What's up, Anthony?
What's up, bro?
Was it 1,000 followers? Did I get it right?
If we're just talking on Instagram, it was like I went from 1.5 and I just hit 175K yesterday.
So you were at
Yeah,
1.5K when you started?
yeah, something like that.
Nice.
Probably less.
Nice. Well, dude, welcome to the podcast. How's your day going?
Yeah, same old same. I woke up today, best day of my entire life. That's all that matters. No, the opportunity, bro. The opportunity.
I like it. I like it. So, yo, talk to me. Let's start from the beginning. What made you decide to become an online fitness coach? Let's start there. Like, talk to me about your backstory.
Man, so I was always in fitness in general. I played football growing up, right? I
Yep.
was I was a little running around. I'm gonna play in the NFL, right? That was me. So my whole life I wanted to play in the NFL for the Patriots specifically. So I would always, train hard. I was back when Brian Thomas, who's the motivation guy, right? Like Brian,
Yep.
what's his name?
Thomas.
Eric Thomas. I grew up just like listening to him and no days off type of deal. And then I just would train really hard. I was pretty good at football, but it was mostly like because I was really athletic, not necessarily because I was the skills. Like I love the training aspect, but whenever it was like time to play the actual game, I was like, I'd rather just train.
Mm.
So I was like, I don't know. I was into the training aspect growing up, train every single day, learned on my own, then played Division II football, got like a scholarship there, kept playing, and then the more I played, the more I was like, I don't really, football's probably not for me.
Mm.
But I was just like training part of it. But growing up, thinking you're gonna be in the NFL your whole life, and then all of a sudden it falls over, like what the fuck do I do now? Right. So I kind of fell back on fitness. So then I transitioned to bodybuilding. So I went into bodybuilding and I did all the bullshit mistakes like, oh, you gotta do Stairmaster, oh, you gotta eat clean, you gotta do all this shit. So pretty much everything you could think of that people think is the answer, I did wrong. So I just threw myself in like a bodybuilding competition. I got shredded, but I starved myself to the point where like I was eating bland tuna and rice, and it was like hard to breathe just to fucking walk around. So I did that for a while, and then I got addicted to it. I was like, this shit's like transformed me mentally, and I was like going on a let's call it a fitness journey. I was like confidence unlocked, everything unlocked. I grew up being a little shy kid, didn't want to talk to anyone. I was like in my own zone, but I think it stems from like the confident aspect,
Yep.
and then prove to myself I can get shredded, right?
Yep.
So I was like, fucking sick. I've never been this shredded before. So I did that. And along the way, I was like, I like this shit. Why don't I learn about it?
Mm.
So every single day, even to this day, I spend an hour learning something in the space,
Mm.
right? Whether that's nutrition, fitness, all that. I'm on the science-based side. I don't listen to bullshit Liver King or any of those motherfuckers out there. But I pretty much learn every single day, and I was like, what can I do with this? Right. It's like I like this shit a lot. I like training. Let me see if I can train other people. And then when I first got into it, I didn't even know about you or any of the other kind of mentorship programs out there. I was just like, online training, right? That's
Yep.
cool, but I didn't think you could actually make money from it.
Yeah.
I kind of just started doing it, started coaching some people on the side, tried the whole free thing. Free doesn't work. Free doesn't work. It's a waste of time. But tried it and then charged a little bit of money for a couple clients, like $50 just to get my foot in the door, get some confidence going. So I started doing that and I was like, wait a minute, you can make more money. And then I heard about like 10K, right? All this shit. I'm hearing other trainers making more money. I was like, you make more money, huh? Okay. So doing that. while working full-time corporate job, making good ass money, no reason for me to leave,
Yep.
but get the little itch. So just started getting more and more involved. I joined one coach's mentorship program. Good knowledge, but not a good fit. And I think that stems from trying to trying to go all in on a business is the limiting belief aspect of the mental support of like proving that you could do this shit. And your program offers that like guidance and that like helps you actually cross that bridge of
Inter-
believing you can do something.
So when you said you had a previous mentor, the knowledge was good, but like the mindset aspect of it, like they didn't help you transition mentally into the space. Like they weren't helping you with like the actual like entrepreneur mindset that you must develop. Is that what you're saying?
Right, which is like 99% of the answer, right? So it's like if I'm paying for knowledge, I can fucking do that on YouTube. Like you just watch your podcasts. All the knowledge is there, but like crossing that mental bridge is the difference in
Yeah.
actually having a mindset, which is always the difference, I think, for me, is like until I actually believed it,
Yeah.
it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, I
So
like that. So I want to touch on that. So what made you join the Change Lives Academy? Because right now, just so everybody listens right now, Anthony has been in the change. He did another mentorship program, said that it wasn't what he was looking for, joined the Change Lives Academy. Within the same year of joining the Change Lives Academy, you did the Change Lives Academy within the same 12-month time span, Change Lives Academy, the 10K Mastermind, and now you're in the $1 Million Mastermind. So talk to us a little bit about what made you decide to join the CLA in the first place, even after you'd already been with another mentor.
yeah, so you DM me a while ago, like years ago, before I even this is probably when you were just starting it too.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I just heard about you in general. And I don't know shit. I was like, what is online coaching? What is it like? I
Yeah.
didn't know that was a thing. So I was like, yeah, whatever, probably left you on red. My dumbass, right? If you leave me on red, you're a dumbass. So, anyways, that was the first time I even heard about it. And then I was following some other person that ended up opening up like their online coach, and they're like, I could be a coach for coaches. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, I had that trust factor with him already established, just
Yeah.
because following him for a while.
Yeah.
So I joined his program, didn't work out, and then I met someone in your program at a bodybuilding show, actually.
Who was it?
Not sure if he's Nasser.
Nasser.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Nasser's on this live right now. He's like, yo, give Nasser a shout out. I'm like, why would I give Nasser a shout out? That's probably fucking why.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. Nasser. So I met Nasser at a bodybuilding show, and I asked him just like how the program was. He's like, yeah, it's fucking sick. Like I hit 10K and all that. I was like, oh shit. Like, you meet someone that's in it. But even prior to that, I was like on the fence of doing it, right? They when you guys joined Clean Health, got a little partnership. I'm big on Clean Health, had all their certifications. That gave me like a little more trust factor. So I remember I was fucking on vacation, like about to sign up for the program, and I kept going back and forth. And then I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Wasting time, as everyone else is still on the fence here fucking doing. You're wasting time, because
Yeah.
I learned the hard way. So that was like, I didn't actually do it until I met Nasser. And then Nasser, I met him and I was like, you know what, let's just fucking do it. So I was like, I DM'd, I was like, let's go. Like, I didn't even care. Doesn't matter the fucking price, let's do it.
Yeah. So that's an interesting concept. There's a lot of people, by the way, in the CLA that are watching this right now that are like, I watched Anthony in the CLA, like Hillary's just like, I watched his glow up in the CLA. It's been super inspiring. So you've been in the CLA, then you upgraded to the 10K Mastermind, and you upgraded to the Millionaire Mastermind. Each one of those coaching programs was a bigger investment. But what made you do that? Like, why you literally joined the 10K Mastermind, bro? And then it was like a month later, you're like, yo, I need to be in the Millionaire Mastermind. Like, what was that mindset for you? Like, why did you need to be in the next level?
Why not? Like, my initial investment paid off. Why not fucking keep investing? And it's I joined the $1 Million Mastermind 1 month in. I already extended for another year or two. So I'm like,
You did do
it
that.
was
Yes, you did.
I was either I'm in or I'm out, right? I'm in or I'm out. So once I was in, I'm fucking in, right?
I have a
There's
question. I want to
no
stop. I want to pause you there for a second because so many people, what they do is they get stuck, right? So they'll in the CLA, you started to pop off, you went viral, and then a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll stay there. They're like, okay, I'm good now, and then they get stuck. So like, why are you all in? Like, what is that? Like, what is that switch in your brain?
I'm terrified of losing momentum. Like, why the fuck do I want to lose momentum?
Mm,
Hard as shit to get going. When you stop, restarting is hard, right? So it's like I'm terrified to miss a day of content. I'm terrified, even like on bodybuilding, I'm terrified to miss a day of working out. I can't tell you last time I like actually missed a workout because I didn't feel like going to the gym.
mm,
So it translates fitness back into this.
mm,
But I had so much momentum and I was like, why do I want to stop my momentum? And I was running out of time. So now, $1 million mentorship is buying time. And it's
mm,
like, if I want to keep my momentum, I need to find a way to
mm.
keep. That was the $1 million mentorship, whatever it was.
I just want to let you know that Nasser's giving you a lot of love, and he said that he's really fucking proud of you. So I just want to give you a quick little shout out to our boy. And I fuck with that mindset because I'm the exact same. I have the exact same philosophy. Like my rule in life is I never lose momentum ever. Like it doesn't matter if I'm literally like depressed or I'm like I can't get myself out of bed or I'm so overwhelmed that I can't even think straight. Like I will never stop moving forward because I have that exact same thing. Like momentum is a bitch. And it's one of those things that's like very hard to generate. And also on the flip side of it being very hard to generate, once you have it, it's actually pretty easy to maintain. You just don't miss, right? You just don't miss. And I think that like there's always going to be a risk associated with taking any sort of action. Like even for me, like I'm always investing in mentorship. Like as soon as I'm always looking for the highest level program that people have. So if I'm going to hire a mentor, I don't just want to do their program. I want to do the highest possible level program that they have so that I can learn the most. So Bedros, 100,000 for the year, Adley, 100,000 for the year. But it's like the reason I do that is because I'm like, okay, my content's popping, my business is growing. What's like the next big move that I need to make in order to level this up? So I have the same sort of thought process around that.
Yeah, I'm seeing so much success right now. I'm terrified to go back. And
Yeah.
top of that, I already went all in. I quit my job, right? It's like, yeah, you're in this. You burn the boats. You burn the boats.
Yeah, you're in this now. You're in this now. So, dude, you hit $52,000 last month. It was your highest ever month. And you were also in fucking show prep and you literally did a fitness competition as well last month and you looked crazy shredded. I believe you came second in your class. Can you talk to me a little bit about like what your schedule was like while you were hitting 50K, just so people understand the level of like kind of crazy that you sometimes need to go to in order to get the job done? What was your schedule like? And what was like a day to day for you? How many hours of sleep were you getting? Like, walk me through it.
So I was still working my full-time job, a majority of prep actually, because I've been prepping for a while. So wake up 4 o'clock, do some check-ins, do whatever I got to do to keep the business right. Focus that. Actually, before I even work, I go for a walk, right? Get my steps in, get some cardio, call it in, and then do the business aspect side of things, whatever needs to get taken care of, and then do my corporate big boy job, right? Do that for a bit, in between you could send some DMs out. So you're grinding there for some lead gen, and then lunch, right? More walking, more cardio, learning. This is my hour of learning, whether that's $1 million mastermind course content or this nutrition related content while I'm walking.
What was
Eat
your
my
big boy
food.
job? Just quick. What was your big boy job?
It's like decision science, like data analytics role.
Cool. All right. Okay. Back to it. So cardio, walking.
Yeah, so do the basics and then right more in between lead gen, right? If you got time to scroll on social media, you fucking lead gen, right? So all that shit, big boy job. Then I have a window of time for calls that I would make. Like, okay, I'm gonna take these calls during this time, take the calls, close them, make more money, change more lives. Then it would be gym, hit the gym, whatever I gotta do, got my workout in, more calls immediately after, oh, actually, in gym, then content, then calls, eat, like try to scarf down some food, calls till like 11 p.m., 12 p.m. sometimes, go to bed, do it again.
So when you saw that number in your Stripe account, 52.3 thousand, was all the hard work worth it?
No, I don't like it. I'm like, it's nothing. I don't know. I want to sleep, man. I'm not done. Like, let me sleep. Let me make some more money. That's all I want to fucking do. Change lives. That's it. I used to be like, 10K, huh? That's fucking cool. And then you hit 10K and you're like, okay, what's 20K? And then you hit 20K and you're like, oh, okay, what's 35K? Then you hit it again. And then all of a sudden it's fucking easier to hit 50K. And then you hit it, you're like, oh, that was actually pretty fucking easy.
Dude, that's why you're growing at the rate that you're growing. That's why you're fucking popping off. It's like number one, you're willing to risk. And I think that like if you listen to this podcast, if you want the big life, you got to take big risks. Straight up. You don't get rewards without risk. And every single one of you guys listening to this podcast right now is an online coach that asks people to take risks on you every single day. So if you're not taking risks and betting on yourself on a daily basis, you are not going to be successful. So Anthony's been taking risks, taking big swings, and it's been paying off. Now, what's your thought process in regards to, like, you can be honest, and if it sucks, you can tell me, you can say whatever the fuck you want. What are your thoughts on the PT Domination coaching program, the business coaching program, and not just me, but also the other coaches?
I mean, for me, I coming from where I am in my current environment, no one's an entrepreneur. No one's doing what I'm doing in my area, at least my circle, right? Everyone's told go do your corporate job, right? Go, why are you doing this type of deal? So having just the community aspect alone is like the biggest thing for me, right? Because every day you wake up, you're like, "What the fuck am I doing this?" And then that same day that you wake up and you're like, "Why the fuck am I doing this? I want to quit." Could be a 10K day. And you're like, "I want to do this," right? You're like, all of a sudden you're like, "Fuck this," to like, "Let's go," right? So there's a lot of emotional roller coasters. So just having like other people, even just like having your podcast in general, like people that you could just talk to, everyone's doing the same sort of shit. Like you guys are talking is huge. That's like the biggest thing for me. Like the coaches within, they're great. Like they're great. But for me, it's just having that like tight circle is the most important for me. Like the course content's great. That's great. But without the community, it wouldn't unlock the mental for me.
Yeah.
And if you have the mental, nothing else matters.
I
So
agree. Yeah.
that's kind of I value the most of
Cool.
the program. It's again, you get knowledge anywhere.
Yeah, I like that. Just a quick side note. Are you coming to the September event?
Yeah.
I was gonna say you fucking better be coming to the September event. I'm like,
I already got my Airbnb
good.
all day.
You haven't been to a PT Domination event yet, bro. The PT Domination events are fucking crazy, dude. Like that's where you're gonna see. That's really where you're gonna see the amplification of the community. The events are absolutely nuts. I'm excited for you. By the way, if you haven't got a ticket yet, go to ptdevent.com. You guys can meet Anthony Anismov in person and verify that he is indeed a fucking real human. So if you could go back to Anthony when you first started your coaching business, like the guy that like just got started, 1,500 followers, just getting out of the fucking gates, like what advice would you give him based on all the information and the knowledge that you have now?
What would I tell him? Just fucking, are you gonna do this thing or are you not? And if you're going to do it, just fucking burn the boats. It's just like you're either gonna do it or you're not. And I think it comes back again to that belief. Like, do you believe in yourself? But I mean, you also don't know until you try. But me back then is the different person mentally because I didn't believe that it was possible. So I don't know what I would tell him other than just fucking get started because obviously you don't know, you're not sure of yourself until you prove it to yourself, but you can't prove it to yourself until you actually do it. So I mean, for me, I just get started sooner, probably.
I'm actually going to ask you one question that I hadn't thought about, but now that you're on the podcast and your Instagram following is growing like fucking crazy, you're at 175,000 followers. You've gained 170,000 in the last fucking 7 months.
And they're almost at 100K on TikTok. I was at like 200 on TikTok. So we want to, it's like 250, 275.
Boom. So let's talk a little bit about your content creation process. Because for those of you guys listening to the podcast right now, you hear Anthony's demeanor. Anthony's actually very calm. And I talked about this in an Instagram reel. You're actually a very calm person. Like you're very chill. But then when you watch your content, you're fucking animated. And so can you talk to me a little bit about how you approach your content and why you think your content consistently goes viral?
So back to when I first started making videos, right prior to content audit, all that with Cole and crew, I had the knowledge, but no one gives a shit about your knowledge if you can't convey it in a way that's like entertaining. So For me, the biggest difference was learning how to change my tonality, right? You know, knowing when to like lower your voice and be like, "You're fat, huh?" versus like, "Let's fucking go," right? Right. So it's like learning when to do that. Also, like the 1 to 3 second shifts of angles, all those sorts of deals. I think that the tonality, the ability to move the camera a little bit around, and understanding kind of my client's pain points to put it in a good hook, or like things that made it go different, or let's say viral. But I didn't know about any of that without doing the reps, without doing the volume. Because again, even prior, when I first joined the program, I remember I was sitting in a conversation with Cole and content audits, and he was like, "You're something like you're boring as fuck," right? Whatever. I was like, this was limiting belief. He's like, "That's who I am, right? That's who I
Yeah.
am." So it's like, yeah,
You're boring as fuck. That it sounds like something Cole would say on a content audit. That's fucking
right. I mean, he wasn't wrong. And my
yeah.
videos, the algorithm tells all, right? Oh, shadow ban, shut
Dude,
up.
I hate that. Everybody, I'm fucking gonna pause you. I had a guy in my DMs the other day, and he's actually joining the coaching program. He's like, yeah, I'm making 9K, but like the algorithm hates me. I'm like, I was pissed. I was like, the algorithm doesn't fucking hate you. Your content just sucks. The algorithm is like very simple. Entertaining content gets shown. Not entertaining doesn't get shown. That's literally it. So it has nothing to do.
It's not even the knowledge. Like I'm speaking less knowledge now. It's just how I package it. Like go back. So I popped off like the last 4 or 5 months. Go back like 4 or 5 months. You honestly don't need to scroll that far. I'm boring as fuck. Right? What I'm saying is more in depth in those videos, but no one, I have actually on my vision board, no one cares until they do. So there, no one really listens to you like a Sam Sulek. No one gives a fuck what you say until you're Sam Sulek. So it's like I had that mindset like what I'm saying is way better than what Sam Sulek says, but like no one gives a shit
Yeah.
until Sam Sulek. So for me, it was just trying to get more entertaining and package it differently so that's more digestible. But like value's still there. People still DM me all the time. They're like, follow your tips, all this. One guy DM'd me the other day talking about how he owns his own restaurant. He's a chef in like Dubai. Never even fucking been to Dubai. And he's like, I make all my chefs watch you and go to the gym because of you. And I'm like, fuck, man.
That's cool, bro. That's very cool.
I get back to your question. What was your original question?
No, I don't give. That was fucking perfect. It's all good. That was literally it. How do you make your content more engaging? I think you answered it.
I do script. So before I didn't script, now I script. Bro, sit down for like an hour, 2 hours. Sometimes it's like pulling teeth, but I know I have to fucking do it. I know I have to. It's probably the worst part of my day, and I do it literally pretty much every day, and it's painful sometimes, but you gotta fucking do it.
I'm the exact same way. Sometimes when I sit down to write fucking scripts for my content, I want to bash my head through my computer screen, but I do it anyways.
Yeah, but you do it anyways.
Got to do it. I want to fucking grow the business. I want to make money. I want to inspire people. Last question, bro. What is your Instagram handle so that my audience can find you? Because I'm sure people are going to want to take some inspo.
They already did last post. A lot of coaches followed me. It's Anthony Anismov. It's just my name. First name Anthony, last name Anissimov, as in Victor. Just my name.
Boom. Any final pieces of advice for the audience?
Well, if the audience is anyone like me, they're driving in their car to the gym, listening to your podcast, probably just listening and not actually taking action. How about you just fucking take action?
I like it. All right, guys, that's it. That's all. Anthony, you're a fucking G. Thanks for coming on the pod, bro. Hope you have the best day of your entire life.
Hi, bro. Thanks.
Peace. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at @TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.